Classical Ethics Frameworks Part 2: Virtue Ethics and Natural Ethics, presented by Group 6. Define and describe the principle of virtue ethics. Virtue ethics is the ethical theory that holds that an action is morally right if it is what a virtuous person, acting in accordance with the moral virtues, will do in the same circumstances. Virtue ethics means that focuses on who we are rather than just what we do. This is rooted in an ancient Greek philosophy, especially Aristotle. Principle of virtue ethics. First, right action comes from a virtuous character. Second, ethics is about being, not just doing. Third, morality involves developing good habits, learning from role models, and aiming for a flourishing life. For example, Sean finds a lost wallet on the street containing money and ID. Instead of keeping it, he chooses to return it to the owner because he values honesty and integrity. Define and describe the principle of natural ethics. Natural ethics or natural law is about what is naturally right or wrong. It says our actions should follow our human purpose and nature. For example, helping others, protecting life, and seeking truth are naturally good, while harming life goes against nature.
The comparison between the virtue ethics and natural ethics are both moral theories that guide us in knowing what is right and wrong, but they focus on different things. Virtue ethics is about who you are as a person. It focuses on building good character traits. If you practice honesty, kindness, and courage, every day you become a good person, and naturally you will do the right thing. Like for example, a student helps a classmate who is struggling in math because being kind and helpful is a good habit of character. In virtue ethics, the focus is on being a good person. Helping shows that virtue of kindness, which makes the student a better person.
Now, we are going to analyze real-life situations using virtue ethics and natural ethics frameworks. Our situation is a high school student, Alexa, discovers that their classmate, Benny, has been cheating on a recent exam. Alexa is torn between reporting Benny to the high school administration, which could result in severe consequences for Ben's academic future, or keeping quiet and allowing Ben to potentially gain an unfair advantage. How would you analyze this situation using virtue ethics and natural law ethics frameworks? This situation, a virtue ethics approach would consider the character traits of Alexa and the moral implications of their actions. First is honesty. Reporting Benny's cheating would demonstrate honesty and fairness, as it would uphold the integrity of the academic process. Next is empathy. On the other hand, keeping quiet might be seen as showing compassion and empathy towards Benny, who may be struggling or facing personal issues. And last, we have integrity. However, allowing Ben to cheat without consequences could undermine the principle of justice and fairness in the academic environment. From a virtue ethics perspective, Alexa should consider what a virtuous person would do in this situation. A virtuous person would likely prioritize fairness, honesty, and integrity, while also showing compassion and empathy towards Benny. Perhaps Alexa could consider talking to Benny about their concerns and encouraging Benny to come clean about their actions. From a natural law ethics perspective, the focus would be on the universal moral principles at play. Intrinsic morality of actions. Cheating is inherently wrong, as it violates the principles of fairness and honesty. Reporting Benny's cheating would be in line with upholding these principles. Next is common good. Allowing cheating to go unchecked could determine the integrity of the academic environment and potentially harm the common good of the school community. Last is respect for human dignity. Reporting Benny's cheating would be seen as respecting the dignity of all students who work hard to earn their grades honestly. From a natural ethics perspective, Alexa might conclude that reporting Benny's cheating is still morally justifiable action, as it upholds the principles of fairness, honesty, and respect for human dignity. Next is strengths of natural law ethics. Universal principles. Natural law ethics is based on universal moral principles that are thought to be inherent in human nature, providing a clear moral framework.
Virtue ethics, strength, focus on character, flexibility, emphasizes on a moral development. Weaknesses, subjective virtues, lack of clear guidance, and difficult in applying virtues. Natural law ethics, strengths, universal principles, objective, morality, clear guidance, weaknesses, difficult in determining natural law, cultural and historical context, and limited flexibility.
Reflecting on personal and societal decisions through virtue ethics and natural ethics. Ethical frameworks help guide decisions that shape both personal life and society. Virtue ethics focuses on developing good character, while natural ethics emphasizes living in harmony with human nature and reason. Personal decision. Virtue ethics. Good actions come from virtues like honesty, courage, and compassion. Example, choosing honesty even it is difficult. Natural ethics. Right actions align with human nature and reason. Example, living a balanced life of work, rest, and relationships. Societal decisions. Virtue ethics. Society should cultivate collective virtues. Example, promoting environmental care reflects stewardship. Natural ethics. Society should respect natural order and human dignity. Example, upholding human rights supports equality and justice. So, to bring this to a close, virtue ethics highlights character, while natural ethics stresses alignment with reason and human nature. Together, they guide better personal choices and fairer societal system.
Thanks for watching this discussion. We hope you learned something about virtue ethics and natural ethics, two powerful lenses through which we can better understand moral character and our place in the natural world. We also hope this conversation inspires you to reflect on how ethical living is deeply rooted in both personal virtue and our connections to nature.